Do we lack imagination?
Sigh!
You know, the last couple of intros have all been the same, huh?
A little bit.
Brago!
I think it's like letting the thing let it breathe a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, people do like it, oddly enough.
It's like a song where the beat like just happens for like a minute before the song starts. My favorite songs.
Yeah, and then they hit you with the chorus afterwards.
Right after. And then the song's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is that song.
This is that song. Sigh.
Yeah. So, we're here to talk about Chapter 11, 77 and beyond. Loki, Luffy, and Emu have finally met. Oh, face to face at last. Next chapter.
Dare I say, One Piece is in the best, or it's been the best it's ever been.
Yeah, it is the best it's ever been. Brago, are you expecting a full-on battle next chapter between these characters, or do you think Oda's going to cut away?
I expect rock, paper, scissors.
The hell? Rock, paper, scissors? What is that?
That's all I expect.
All right, fair enough.
A full-blown battle of rock, paper, scissors.
You know, you say that. We could maybe get a rock, paper, scissors Luffy attack one day. Kind of like how, you know, Dragon Ball Saga Goku did the rock, paper, scissors thing. Maybe we'll get like an homage.
Is that like the most famous rock, paper, scissors?
I'd say so. In anime, yeah. Well, ooh, Hunter x Hunter? Sort of? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, between
I would say
Goku and Hunter x Hunter, I'd say Hunter x Hunter takes it, but I feel like the Goku one's just iconic too.
Here's a difference. That's like his moveset in Hunter x Hunter.
It is, yeah. That's his whole moveset. And then Goku uses it like 2 times and he just never uses it again.
Yeah, it's like a joke.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a little different. But do I expect a full-blown battle where it's just devastating? No.
Maybe though. Okay, so here's the thing. We could actually skip away from the fight and just watch as the Chopper lore gets revealed too. Because we still have no explanation for that. So Oda realistically could say, hey, we're not going to get any Luffy, Loki, Emu. It's just going to be Chopper and the dummy reversing giants, which, hey, I'm all for the Chopper love. So I wouldn't hate it, but I could just imagine what people would say coming off of like the ending of this chapter. It would be like Wano all over again, where you have like a chapter of like build up, setup, blah, blah, blah. And then you end it with the rooftop. Oh, Luffy used White Snake with Yamato. Oh, we're so gonna get Kaido and Luffy next chapter, right? And then it's like Raizo Fukurokuju. It's like, oh, okay. All right. See you later, guys.
I think Oda could cut away to the kids. Right? And all these random things still happening in Elbaph. And once we get to maybe page 14, he goes back to Luffy, Loki, and Emu. The issue is they're putting out the fires in Elbaph. So I wonder how much devastation Oda's going to allow to happen in Elbaph yet again. So I expect some chatter, right? I expect some chatter, you know, maybe some threats happening, some references to the past, some lore builds. A full-on battle? Hard to say. Hard to see.
Yeah.
It just is not, it hasn't been that for a while. Now, this could be the final fight in Elbaph, right? More than likely.
More than likely.
And I think Oda has to incorporate Usopp as well.
And Brook.
I think Brook gets incorporated after Emu is gone.
You think so?
So Brook has to pick up the pieces.
No. Brook needs to come up here. Just because, I mean, this is Gunko. We still don't know the whole connection. And maybe it's like a fading thing where like Gunko-Emu, they're leaving the island, they're fading away. And then Brook is like, no, come back, please.
Yeah, I think we get more of that than Brook being a huge part of the fight. Because I don't think Brook needs a moment.
He needs to play music.
I think Usopp Usopp needs a moment. Like, just play Bink Saki while they're fighting.
Yeah. Oh, that's all we need. We need Brook to like sit back and say, okay, I can't get in the way of this battle. Luffy, Loki, Emu, they're kind of crazy. Let me just like give them background music. Background music would go so fire here because maybe Gunko, the real Gunko, would vibe with it. They're like, whoa, this is nice.
It weakens Emu.
Yeah, maybe it weakens Emu a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. This thing, Emu's about to fight two of the strongest characters that we think are in the series right now. If Emu can hold both of them off by itself in Gunko's body, I mean, it's really impressive. That's why I think it's gonna be something different. The only thing I don't want, Sai, the only thing.
What is it?
I don't want is a Loki to get Dome Reversey. It's the only thing. Or anybody to get anybody else. I don't even want to hear Domi.
But Brago,
I'm sick of it.
Don't you know? A true ruler never gets their own hands dirty. Does Oda have to spill that out for you again?
Those aren't his hands.
Oh, true semantics. Yeah. Not his hands. So, I mean, it's not really dirty. Come on, Emu.
Like, Emu is like watching TV right now. Emu's not even here.
Yeah, we saw the real Emu. They're like talking, having their own conversations, hanging out, drinking coffee.
So it's just, I think this is information collection for Emu more than anything. Understand? Because I don't know if Emu's pieced it together yet that Loki's the one that took down Harold. It didn't mention anything about that, right?
Yeah, it didn't mention anything
remember
about it.
Emu,
but I feel like maybe give Emu like 2 minutes and then that's like the logical conclusion though.
Right. I think that once they start engaging, they'll be like, okay, so you're the one who took down Harold or something like that. Some reference to it because Emu mentioned what do they have in Elbaph that's able to take down Harold powered up. So that could happen. But I think it's going to be really quick, really short. And then we probably get some lore stuff. Then something is going to happen where Usopp is going to have to get involved. I don't think a Dome Reversey of Luffy I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? The only thing that makes sense is, like you said, Brook uses some music, weakens Emu, Dome Reversey Loki, he's fighting against Luffy, and now Emu's weakened and Usopp somehow steps up and uses the hammer, which is Ragnir, because of course Loki is Dome Reversey, so it's not using Ragnir, because Ragnir is sentient and has a mind of its own. So maybe Usopp uses Ragnir, hits Emu, and then everything kind of gets reset.
I mean, also just right now, because Loki's in his giant dragon form, he's not using Ragnir. Like, he can only really use Ragnir whenever he's in hybrid or just base form. So,
we need him to transform.
Yeah.
We need him to transform.
Usopp, he could theoretically use Ragnir for just like a minute or two. Maybe Usopp reminds Ragnir of like his former master, which would be pretty cool. Like, oh, like this, you remind me of the War God. The War God said the same thing, or you remind me of Noland or something. Like Usopp could have like good relevance here in this fight, even though he's down right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it if it's more impactful for Usopp if the others were either Domi Reversied or knocked out in some way, where it's just all on Usopp. Like Usopp has to save the day. But is that too much? Is that too much to put on Usopp, I guess, where it makes sense?
I don't feel like that'd be too much. I think it's more so just like, how do we get there though? Oh, well, I guess we don't need everybody to be knocked out, just like Luffy and Loki for a little bit.
Right.
They're bound.
Right.
Oh, yeah, maybe Emu gets both of them in like the diddling like position that they got rocks in. And then Usopp is the one who frees them. That'd be nice.
Yeah, them in the diddling position. That would be great.
Yeah, there's no better word for that. Like, what do we call it? Like the stranglehold of tentacles? Like, oh, like, yeah, he did something to rocks and kept him suspended in midair, so.
Yeah, that's the diddle.
Oh, your favorite anime, Naruto. It could be like when Kaguya is gonna get Naruto and Sasuke, and then Sakura hits him from above. It's like that. Yeah?
I think Naruto is number 4 for me.
Okay.
As far as anime. Yeah. Number
4. What's number... Well, number 1 is FMAB, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, number 1 FMAB. One Piece number 3.
Yes.
Hunter number 2.
Yes.
Called it. Easy read.
Yep. And JJK is working his way up the list, but
JJK's fun,
Naruto's
dude. Ah, dude, JJK, like the latest couple of episodes, man, fire, dude. Dude, especially like
Chef's
Reggie,
kiss, man.
Megumi, like when they were boxing for a little bit, that was, whew.
They had to. It's so insane because it was so much depth to the fight, and then depth was an important part of the fight as well. And then to end the fight, it just got back to just straight hands.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's get out of this pool. It's just us walking around, and let's go. And then the demon dog got his slick back after what Reggie did to it earlier in the fight too. So
Some good stuff.
it's just peak, man. Just peak. And the thing is, like, I did love the Reggie fight in the manga. It wasn't this though.
It wasn't this.
It
I
wasn't
also
this.
really like how they do the narrator. Like the narrator explains what's happening, why it's happening, who's stronger when, how does an ability work. Like, I think that's a lot of fun, but I will admit, in an anime, it's kind of jarring because it's like, whoa, like I'm looking at the pretty fight scenes.
I'm looking and I'm
narrator's
trying to
dropping
read.
lore, man.
I had to go back
Yeah.
and watch. I was like, okay, you're talking about Hollow Wicker Basket. I'm like, okay, what? All right, okay, I'm reading, I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm watching. But no, JJK is peak, bro.
Love JJK.
It's in my top 10. In my top 10.
It is
man.
easy.
All time, Sai. It's gonna engage the casual fan. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's
It's hard to
kind
hate
of the target
JJK.
audience anyway. Yeah, I think generally I don't see a lot of hate for the JJK anime. Maybe for the manga because of how it ended, but for the most part, the anime gets a lot of love.
Yeah, and then who knows, man? When the anime gets to the ending, maybe they switch it up a little bit. Maybe they add more, impact to the final fights. We'll see. But I could definitely see it being turned into like two, like full-on movies that would sell crazy well.
I think you have enough where you can do that. I don't know. I'm watching the anime. I'm surprised at like how much is covered in each episode. I'm like, oh wow, we're here already.
Yeah.
At the end of the last episode, I'm like, oh.
And you know where
okay.
they're ending off, right? Next episode is the last one, and it's a 27-minute
For the first core,
Yuta
right?
episode. Yeah, first core ends next week.
I'm not sure exactly where they end this season. I just know that this Yonko saga is what I was excited for the Culling Games.
Yeah.
So
You call it the Yonko
Yeah.
saga?
Yonko saga.
Well, they're all
Yeah,
dude. The triple domains gonna be so crazy.
Yeah, because it's
Oh
just
my
like because I
God.
remember when I was reading it, it was like, oh, they're in a 4-way deadlock,
Yeah.
right? Because of their different powers or whatever. It's like, what? Yonko? And then here comes Yuta, So yeah. I just say next episode is gonna be a special,
Yep,
right?
27
And next
minutes.
episode is I think next episode might be the one where a lot of people it might change how they view Yuta. Or might impact how they view Yuta. I say
Oh,
that.
100%. I mean, that's where I started really liking him, because beforehand he felt like a like a weird Gary Sue-esque character. Like he's just coming
I get
in
that.
super strong. Like you don't really know him too well. But after the fights, it's like, no, dude, this guy's cool, man.
It's cool.
cool.
And he's like, I think I like the contrast to his personality, where he's super strong, but it's like his personality is not that. He's kind of really like a humble, chill guy. And then, always go back to JJK Zero when he walked into the classroom for the first time.
With all the aura and Rika behind him, yeah.
They were terrified, man. Love Yuta, man.
Love you.
I don't say my MC anymore because I respect Yuji too much now to say that. But that's what I used to say. My
MC. So you are on the Yuta side of like the Hikari debates, right? Because that's essentially JJK's
Absolutely.
version of like Zoro versus Sanji. But for Zoro
Yeah.
and Sanji, I feel like it's more obvious who wins that one. But for Yuta and
This is
Hikari, it's
more-
more like I don't know. It's up there.
Okay. Okay. I would say yes. Kinda. I think we know who's stronger. But you cannot dismiss the sauce of Hikari.
Yeah, Yuta would win, but Hikari's
Hikari's
His
good.
domain
man.
is
He's really,
nuts.
really good. He's really, really good. And I think the anime has bolstered Hikari's view as well. They gave him the voice actor.
literally
Right.
Zoro's voice actor.
They even right? They upgraded him in the anime. He's a bit more stocky, right? I just think like it's gonna be closer, I think, for anime fans between Yuta and Hikari, just because of how much more sauce they
Maybe
give in
not
the
right
anime.
now, because for anime
Not right now.
watchers,
Not
Hikari's
after
just
next.
like Hikari's just kind of there right now. Like, we don't really get a grasp of how strong Hikari is until Core
No,
2
not yet.
when he fights his opponent.
Yeah.
Then it's like, holy,
Yeah.
dude, this guy's nuts.
First off, I don't know how they're gonna do that. Because legitimately reading for Hikari's
It's
stuff,
gonna be the exact same way they did the Megumi Reggie fight. It's gonna be like talking in the background, and it's just like the fight's just gonna be going on, and then it's gonna be his opponent just being really confused the entire time, like what the hell is this?
Hikari's powers and the explanations of how it works was it took me a while. And the chat was with me explaining what was going on. I'm like, what? So, like for Hunter x Hunter, we had a fight in the manga after the anime is over. That was one of the top fights, I think, in manga. But it was one of those where explanations were necessary. Right? And I think the Hikari explanation was a bit more confusing than that. So I want to see how they handle it.
I mean, I think they handled the Culling Games, transition and introduction really well. Where like they broke it down their own like UI style, and it's like, yeah, that's cool.
No, they did. But I think for the Culling Games, if you ask the average fan, what are the Culling Games, they'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they tried their best though, right?
No, they did. They did an amazing job. But it's like because the Culling Games are so kind of complexing with all the rules. What are the Culling Games? It's like I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I think people are fighting.
It's
like
they're
little
fighting
zones. It's like Fortnite. Just think of the Culling Games like Fortnite. Back to the brass tacks. Do you enjoy the fact that Luffy is not laughing in that last page? People were pretty hyped about that. They're like, yo, like he's not laughing anymore, guys. The sun god stopped laughing now. Now he's serious. Are you a big fan of it?
I wonder about those people that are ecstatic that Luffy isn't laughing. Because I'm like, are you the same people that you don't think Gear 5 affects tension at all? Because why would it matter if he's laughing or not?
Hey, I'm glad he's not laughing, man. I'm
ecstatic.
I'm one of those guys. Like, imagine he did like the Vegapunk
I'm ecstatic
thing.
he's not laughing.
He's broken Usopp. Just that'd be so funny. I will admit, I'm at the point where, like I said, when it comes to plot points in One Piece and a lot of things, I just roll with the punches. So it's like if Luffy actually started busting up laughing, would it be silly? Yes, I'd get a chuckle out of it. Let me tell you.
I think, like I said, this is what we need more of. I'm not the biggest fan of Gear 5 in the manga. But if we can get a serious Gear 5 where he's locked in, not laughing, I do think there's also an aspect to it of a possible what if we talk about the Warrior of Liberation and then the God of Destruction.
Yeah.
What if it's one and the same?
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. This is obviously an opinion, but now with what we have of Gear 5, if you could go back and let's say for some reason Oda called you up and said, hey, Brago, I have two options on the board. We can either introduce the Gear 5 that you know today, this Gear 5 Luffy, or Gear Death. What would you pick? But be honest. Gear Death or this Gear 5th?
I'm thinking of how much the story is impacted by Gear 5 and how Oda's crafted everything post Gear 5 around Nika. Like everything post Who's speech, right? Everything post that, Oda has kind of crafted around this laughing, bumbling fool. So it's tough to even look at or think about Kuma's backstory without this aspect. I think I would do the same Gear 5, but I think it'd be handled a bit differently. Where like the laughing is to kind of like, you know, Luffy plays around when he's trying to cheer people up. He's just laughing and goofy and dancing and stuff like that. I think the Warrior of Liberation and that aspect is just to kind of like cheer people up and be just a blessing to just people that see it. But I think I would have a much more serious aspect, damn near dangerous side of Nika, that where I would have people point it out, like, isn't Luffy a bit more aggressive than usual?
So essentially,
right,
Jerma
like,
mode, Sun God Nika.
I think if we're going the route of this form influencing Luffy's actions, let's do it both ways. We have the one that's like super goofy and bumbling, and people like it is maybe he's playing around a bit too much. But then when he locks in and he switches, it's like, all right, we might need to reel him in a little bit because this might get a little dangerous. And I think you would kind of satisfy both fans that love the goofy stuff, but fans that kind of enjoy the battle, because then it's kind of like it flows with what we've known the story to be when it comes to Zoans and awakenings.
Yeah.
And Luffy literally died, so he could like implement. I'm not saying Kurama, right? Not necessarily that where he has like a full takeover, but just he's been influenced by the powers. And this makes for more interesting because you can play with the tonality. Right now with Gear 5, you're kind of limited in a way. Like now we have Gear 5 not laughing. We got to see where that goes, but I think just Gear 5 in general is just, it's difficult on certain scenes. But in the anime does a good job. The anime does a good job.
Yeah. No, I agree.
More often than not.
I don't know. It depends. If Gear Death is treated the same way Gear Fifth is treated now, where it's like the story does cater around it, I'd be cool with it.
It's just like, how do you cater around Gear Death with Kuma being inspired?
No, okay.
Clap getting clapped because of Gear Death, and like Bonnie wanting to see Gear Death.
Gear Death is
right?
okay. It would have like a slightly different name. It would still be Gear Fifth. It would just be like a more edgy version. It's like it could work there somewhere. Which I mean, hey,
I think as a story we know
Gear
it.
6 is still a thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna come true one day.
You still think that's happening?
I still think Gear 6 is happening, dude.
I think if it happens, it'll be unnecessary. Just give us a Gear 5 variant.
I actually think that if there is a Gear 6, we're gonna hear about it during this fight.
Oh my God, Gear 6.
We're not gonna see it this fight. I think we're gonna hear about it because the thing is, right? Emu obviously has fought Nika and Nidhogg before. Probably not at the same time, but Emu knows who they're dealing with. There's a chance Emu's like, hey, Loki, you don't know how to do this? Like, the previous Nidhogg could do this ability. Luffy, you do not even know you are Nika. Like, you do not know your abilities either. And maybe, like, there's, like, a brief flash of, like, JOYBOY or OG Nika doing an ability that Luffy doesn't have. And that is, like, a hint to Gear 6.
Something to be said. Emu, you know, cold sweats at the mention of JOYBOY and just, you know, he's right in front of Nika.
Does not care.
He's fine.
Yep.
Where I'm like, was he scared of Nika or was he scared of JOYBOY?
He was scared of JOYBOY, I think.
You know? Right? Where it's more about the user and the will of the user as opposed to just like this power. Now, this power gives him the potential to be that, but I think how Emu is reacting is almost like...
Yeah, Emu, like, doesn't care.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know? Somebody mentioned when I was reading the chapters, like, well, Kaido didn't care either. Like, well, Kaido was beating Gear for his ass.
Yeah. And Kaido doesn't know that it's, like, Nika either. He's like, yo, like, this is not
he doesn't understand
no me, but
right?
let's just fight, dude.
Yeah. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Like, Emu has, like, the full lore breakdown on what Nika is, JOYBOY, Nidhogg, War God, all this stuff.
Emu knows more.
Everything.
Emu knows more than us.
Yeah.
Still, when it comes to that aspect, so we need to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Gotta see how it plays out. I believe in Emu though. I mean, Emu, I think they'll whip out a bunch of brand new abilities that we've never seen before. I mean, even in this chapter, we had like a one-off panel where Emu just did this and Brook stopped dead in his tracks. So it's like, yeah, like I think Emu's gonna have like a bunch of random magic BS that I think will be pretty cool.
I'm watching Fate Strange Fake.
Ooh, nice.
And it is insane. I think Emu should pull the book back out and really go to town, right? Like, I'm talking about summoning swords from different dimensions, like firing arrows, using different elements. It would give us an idea of just how devastating Emu can be beyond Domi Reversi, you know? But I don't know if Emu continues the gimmick of like, I don't want to use my own powers because I'm not forced to do it. So it's tough, but it should be so many options here.
Yeah, they should have like endless options. And I think that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Like, the one thing I don't want to happen, I mean, I'm sure there's ways it could work and it'll be fine. Domi Reversi Loki. You mentioned it earlier. I'm just like, yeah, that's like the one thing I'm like, oh, man, please. Please not Domi Reversi Loki, man.
No, we don't want to see Domi Reversi anything anymore. We're kind of good on it. I hope it doesn't happen in the final war either. Right? It's gonna happen. Domi Reversi stuff.
It's gonna happen. It's just we're probably not gonna see it as much. It's just one of those abilities that's perfect. Like you said, Edo Tensei. It's just an ability to help like fill out
perfect
everybody
for war.
else.
Yes, filler. Yeah,
like, oh, what is Barto gonna be doing? Oh, he's fighting Domi Reversi, this guy. Oh, so what is Don Sai doing? Well, he's fighting Domi Reversi, that dude over there. What about Captain Kuro? Well, this guy got Domi Reversi, and Captain Kuro's fighting this guy. It's like,
he's fighting Domi Reversi Chinchou.
Yeah, just like we're just gonna get a lot of Domi Reversi people like help fill out the fights.
Something from last week that happened was Frankie's power up. Like, I guess let me ask a question.
Yeah.
With all the Straw Hats and with the general knowledge we have of their powers right now, who do you think, if fully realized, with headcanon potential, who you think has the highest ceiling?
The highest
Or how would
ceiling?
you rank them? With all their powers fully realized. Like rank them.
I don't even know where to start with that. Like, fully realize headcanon potential future powers.
Mm-hmm. So, for instance, Frankie.
Yeah.
He has the energy conversion. He has the prints for the ancient weapon.
Okay.
Right? He has the specs for the pacifista, so he can probably upgrade himself to a seraphim. So Frankie's potential is insane. Like, he could literally upgrade himself to a point where I don't want to hype it too much, but he's as strong as Yonko.
Yeah, he has ancient weapon potential.
Ancient weapon potential, whilst being in control of that, whilst using different powers, whilst also continuing to develop new forms of energy. Right?
Yeah.
So I think Frankie, in my opinion, fully realized is like fourth or third.
He's high up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the thing, right? Like, for other Straw Hats, like, theorizing what powers they might get, I feel like they're all pretty tame for the most part. Frankie's the one where it's like, you can get crazy.
You can get crazy with Frankie. I think you can get crazy with Robin. Because of her powers and how they probably should work. Like, if she had hockey observation, it's like she could be more devastating.
Yeah.
In that way. Nami's more limited because even though she can control or have aspects of the weather, herself is pretty just okay. You know? So
yeah, Nami's not gonna like box anybody come tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a ceiling there. As the same for Usopp. But now if you get to the Forest God, you know.
Forest God Chopper could go crazy, man. You see the vision.
I don't know if he starts controlling trees. He did lose to trees in Whole Cake Island, but You know, who knows if now Forest God can control the trees, and then it kind of gets
Forest
crazy.
God can tame everything known to mankind.
I hope he's not the Forest God, bro.
Dude.
Please.
Forest God Chopper, man. Please. It's in the books. It's one of those things. It reminds me of Nidhogg. It reminds me of Nidhogg, where it's just like the most popular theory. It does make sense. It's kind of been hinted at it before. So it's like Chopper being the Forest God. It just seems like the most rational answer right now. So much so that we might as well just roll with it. Like, it's probably going to happen.
It feels like too much is condensed on the Strawhats.
Oh, no. Yeah, I feel that way too. But, I mean, that's just how it is.
It's too
much. At this point, we just kind of roll with it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it just feels like nobody else had a chance.
They don't,
Which
dude.
Is
this is the prophesized crew. The son of Dragon, grandson of Monkey D. Garp, the hero, Monkey clan member, got the D initial, got the sun god Nika fruit, you got the grandson of Ryuma, essentially, the one Jerma clone from Legend that just, you know, transcended DNA enhancements, Frankie, the son of Queen, you know, Nami, the only survivor of Oikot Kingdom who might have, like, special lineage. Chopper, the forest god, raised by the mythical Dr. Korea, whose lore we still don't know. But she also knows the will of D. It's like, dude, like, we are those guys, man. We've always been those guys. Like, all we need now is, like, Usopp to get some crazy lore, too. And they kind of built it up, like, the whole thing with Nolan. It's like, hey, you know, like, I'm actually Nolan's descendant. It's like, well, I mean, if that ends up being true, too.
Usopp already has crazy lore. Like, his dad is fucking
Yasop the Chaser. Like, Robin, the sole survivor of Ohara, the only person in the world that can read the poneglyphs. Like, we have been those guys, man. Like, we've always been that crew. So Chopper being the forest god, it's crazy. But, like,
it's not fun. It's
not unique.
It's not out of the norm.
Yeah, it's not out of the norm. Like, it's not. Yeah, I get why people say that. I feel that same way too. Like, I understand the sentiment of, like, oh, I don't want us all to be special, but it's like, brother, we've been special.
Been special.
Like, we've been special.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I think it's just like when it hits you.
And now we have Brook with the backstory of, like, oh, he knows Gunko, he knows about the Holy Land and the God Knights. I'm telling you, man. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's always been here. I think the Straw Hats probably get appreciated a little more once we get further into, maybe not further in the story. Maybe once we're past One Piece, and we kind of look at them as how similar to Furin when you look at the party of the heroes. Yeah. Where, like, it feels crazy that all these people are on the same team, but, like, these are legendary. This is a legendary crew. Hasn't been a crew. I mean, the like thing it is, before, and there will never be a crew like it. None of them were exactly special via lineage or anything like that to our knowledge. They're just strong people who are buffoons half the time. I mean, half the time they're running away from battles. They're like, yeah, we can't beat this. We're just going, dude. We're dipping. Yeah, I think it's just the perception of what they are. Yeah. And then you had some like Frieren, and Himmel is supposed to be super strong. I'm starting to feel different about Stark. Stark is kind of crazy, dude. Stark is kind of crazy. Stark feels like a shonen MC. Like, he feels like a Yuji, right? Like Yuji day one. We're like, oh, Yuji, like, hit this baseball. And then Yuji, like, hits it to the next dimension. That's Stark. Like, it's like, and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything special. It's like, are you sure about that, man? I don't know, Stark. Like, what? You know? But nah, I think for the Straw Hats, they're special. And it's getting, I just don't want it to get too far. And I feel like it's gone too far. And I feel like the first too far was Mythical Zoe and Luffy. That was the first too far. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're like a Gear Death enjoyer. Yeah. Makes sense. I think it all goes back to Gear Death. You know what it is? you know what it is, What's bro? Up? I think in anime in general, there's a part of me that enjoys like regular becoming super or super special in a way. But then when I think of all the anime I watched that I really like,
that's really never the case.
Never.
Right? Like, it's always something special to these characters as to why they kind of ascend to the top. So this isn't unique to One Piece. And I think that's something I wanted. Like, Luffy was already special, right? I'm not, obviously, he was already special. Like, his mentor, his lineage. But I was like, oh man, but that devil fruit, mid. And look at what he's doing. I was so proud of it. It's just, you know, to find out is, I mean, you still got to give him credit because he's probably the only person that could get it to this point.
Yeah, his struggle still means something.
Yeah. And that's the thing I struggle with, where it's just like, nobody else can do this. But like, he has a mythical Zoan fruit, you know? It's
I mean,
tough.
it kind of makes you wonder, though. Like, we say that, right? Nobody else could do it except for Luffy. But in reality, like, if you ate the devil fruit knowing what it was already, like let's say you were after the Sun God Nika fruit, you ate the Sun God Nika fruit, you knew about it since the very jump, you might have been able to awaken it a lot earlier. Or at least you'd be able to utilize its powers more. Because that's another thing I wonder, too. Like, Luffy still doesn't know he has the Nika fruit. And I feel like that definitely stunted his growth with the fruit. In a way to where, like, you know, we got the Luffy we have today. But it's like, I wonder, like, what the difference would be if, like, you ate this fruit knowing full well what it does, what it can do. Like, let's say you're Bonnie and you eat it. Like, she might be able to go Gear Fit quicker.
But that's the tough part. How there will be no way to know because it's a rubber fruit initially. And it's almost like, imagine, right?
You'd have to know the lore.
You hear the legend. You know the lore, right? It's a rubber fruit. You can only awaken its true powers if you die. But there's more than one rubber fruit out there.
Yeah, do you think we'll ever meet like another Gumu Gumu no Mi?
I do, yes. I think so.
Yeah. You know, one hole in this theory is that Vegapunk specifically said that the Gumu Gumu no Mi doesn't exist in the encyclopedia books. Which is weird, considering the fact that, like, almost everything has been dreamt of and has become a fruit, like the jacket fruit. Like, you're telling me somebody created a jacket fruit, but not a rubber fruit?
And not a rubber
fruit? How is that
fruit?
possible?
I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
I don't buy it. That's a lie.
I
Outdated.
think there's a guy that was walking around, and we're going to see it in a fan letter. He's walking around, and he ate a fruit, and he got rubber powers, and he's perpetually chased by the Navy, and he has no idea why. He's like, I'm not a pirate. I've never done anything wrong. Why am I being pursued like this? Yeah, pretty much. I think it'd be a cool, like, spin-off to that, but I think it'd be funny, though.
I don't know if Oda would ever do it, just because, like, I don't know, like, it's that's like stepping on Luffy's territory, you know, like stepping on his toes.
I think maybe, but I don't think you'd ever have him be as impressive as Luffy with like Gear Second and shit like that. I think it'd be a creative way for him to show somebody else with the fruit, where it could be even more impressive for Luffy to show that this guy's like 25. He's like, I still can't throw a punch.
Oh,
it's still like rubbery.
Like, imagine his moveset's completely different. He's like, oh, rubber neck, and he like shoots his neck out or something.
Yeah, it's like completely. I mean, essentially, like that's with devil fruits. You know, it depends on the user. So I think it'd be definitely different. Not as impressive. He's not like 16 knocking down trees and shit like that. He's like really struggling, like in life too.
Or maybe he's really good with it, but he just uses it completely differently. Kind of like how, like, at first we were like, oh, you know, Luffy's using the rubber for Gear 4th and his blood's going up in Gear 2nd. Like, what if this guy's all about, like, enhancements like that?
I think he's a DoorDash driver.
He just flings food at people, like, from islands away?
Or, like, he's in his car, he stretches to, like, Chipotle, picks up the right meal.
Damn.
Doesn't really have to get out of his car, stops at the house, just drops it at the door.
You absolutely hate this dude. This guy's he doesn't even exist.
No, but the thing is, he makes like a good living. He doesn't have to leave his car, and he's getting the job done.
He makes a good living in the like real world, but in the world of One Piece, man, he's getting cooked.
Nah, but then he's like randomly getting chased after just delivering a meal, bro. He's like a regular guy.
Maybe that's where all the admirals were. We're always wondering, like, oh, why weren't the admirals like spawn camping this rubber boy that has the D initial? It's like, well. Yeah. It's because they're fighting this guy over here.
They're looking for this other guy.
Yeah. We're going to get like a 10-page flashback of like Akainu versus this dude.
I don't know. Oda, make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen, Oda. So, are you expecting Imu to drop a lot of lore next chapter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lore piece. I expect Imu's perspective. I expect Luffy and obviously Loki. I think Loki might have some insight a little bit. Obviously not as much, but know what like the stories of Elbaph, things like that. I think this is where Luffy being somewhat ignorant and not caring where it could struggle for the story, because he's like, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know, man. He listened to the Loki flashback. There's hope. There's hope out there for Luffy.
Like how though? Like I can't, like him, Imu talking about Nika and all this stuff. Luffy's just gonna be, I'm not him. I'm Monkey D. Luffy. Like, do you see Luffy ever saying, "Oh, so you're saying I'm Nika, and I'm the one that's gonna bring change to the world"?
I have the drums of liberation?
Nah, Luffy's autistic. That's not happening. That is just not happening. I think he's not necessarily doing it on purpose. It's just how he's built.
Yeah.
Where stuff like that doesn't phase him. It's just like, what? I don't care about any of that. Which is the fundamental difference between him and like somebody like Roger.
Or even Law.
Where Roger would be locked in on like what's going on. Where Luffy's like, I don't have to be. Where somebody like Robin's like, wait, what? Nami, what? They're more, I guess, accepting or able to receive that information. Luffy's just not. So it's just Imu having this whole soliloquy, and Luffy's just like, I guess, man, are you gonna fight or not?
Yeah. Imu's gonna be like, oh, you remind me of JOYBOY. And then Luffy's like, I'm king of the pirates. It's like, fuck.
It's like, yeah, we get that, but you remind me of JOYBOY.
Yeah, which we could get. No, I was gonna say maybe we'll get JOYBOY's full name next chapter. But it reminds me of like Rocksteady's a bet.
Okay, I don't mind that. Where,
Imu saw rocks and he said, "Oh, Davy Jones." Oh, okay, sorry, I mistook.
What about the names? The real name of JOYBOY and the former Nidhogger.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice, and I think that's enough.
We're also gonna learn. We're gonna learn that the former JOYBOY was of the Monkey Clan.
No.
It's gonna be Monkey D Boy.
That'd be great.
Monkey Boy. Ooh, ah. Like imagine Imu. Dude, that's the thing though. I mean, a lot of these stories do tie back to Sun Wukong in some way, like Dragon Ball Z, for example.
Monkey D Boy is nuts.
Monkey Boy could be a thing, man.
If Monkey Boy is a thing, one thing Oda has to make sure is that he doesn't have any tint to him.
Wait, why?
All right. All right. He got some backlash with that swastika on Whitebeard's back. Okay, you gotta make sure Monkey Boy is Snow White. Okay, no tint to Monkey Boy.
You saw the Nika silhouette. I mean, what? The War God was like full
right
on, but Nika was all.
That's
black.
what I'm saying.
Telling you, dude.
If Monkey Boy is got some tint, I don't know. And if Monkey Boy is the name of JOYBOY, how do you have any monkeys around? Like every single monkey is gone, right? I'm wiping out all the monkeys. Monkey D. Garp. Obviously, you can't catch Monkey D. Dragon, but you enlisted him to the damn Marines. And Monkey D. Luffy, they're all gone.
Because they're so elusive. It's like the Davy Clan, right? They were hidden at God Valley for like 900 years, dude.
And one has worked for you for over 50. So like, I don't know, man.
It's tough, man. It's
like,
tough being
honestly,
the ruler of the world.
If for Garp to work for the Navy, I would have had him cut it off.
Yeah, you like give him a promotional party, but at that party it's like filled with explosives in the present boxes. Just blow his ass up. Get rid of him.
I'm just talking about like we can't have kids.
Oh, that too.
Yeah. if you want to continue work, you gotta give it up. Give up your bloodline. Sorry, we can't have you walking around here just having a bunch of monkeys.
Spreading more monkeys out there into the world.
Nope. Too dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have spies on Garp at all times. Like, Garp, where's your wife?
Maybe that's Bogart.
Huh?
Maybe Bogart's the spy.
Bogart's a plant? I mean, because he never helps him when he needs it.
Did you see that in the One Piece popularity poll? Bogart is like not even choosable. He's not on that list.
He's not a real
Yeah,
character.
because his name was never mentioned in the story. So, like, he's just not canon to, like, the One Piece popularity poll. Can't pick him.
I think Bogart might be, one of those movies where there's a character in the entire movie, and then at the end you find out the character's not even real. It's a figment of the other character's imagination.
Oh, yeah, that's like Kagurabachi with that one guy, where he's like still talking to him, and everybody's like, "Yo, he's fucking crazy."
Yeah, we that's
Love that
Bogart.
character.
That's Bogart.
Yeah,
That's who Bogart is. So I think that's what you do. And I do like that aspect of like fiction when you're like it's a character that makes sense within the story. It was that happened in You as well. I'm not sure how much of you
I didn't watch
watched.
the last season.
It was in season 3
Then I forgot.
or season. Is that the
I
French
don't
one?
remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, because he ran to Europe. And then that's when he found the random European group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That. Oh man, dude.
Where
Yeah.
that's insane show. It makes no sense for him to get away.
Yeah,
with
I
all
was gonna
these
say
years,
like
but-
I feel like in real life he'd be caught in like a week, but we roll with Joe. This also reminds me of House of the Dragon, where there was that one character that Damien is his name Damien? Dude, it's been like 1 week.
Damon?
Yeah. Damon goes to the haunted halls of Harrenhal, and there's that girl
Harrenhal.
who's just always there, like, spitting like weird, like ambiguous rumors. She's like a witch, and nobody ever interacts with her. So for like a good chunk of that season, I was like, wait, does she even exist? But apparently she does, and people just like ignore her. It's like, okay, I guess.
It was a very weird aspect of the season for sure.
Yeah.
But that's how I view Bogart. Bogart is not a real character. He's somebody that Garp created to somewhat hold himself accountable. And so I think for Garp, understanding what he's doing, working for the world government, it's like his physical embodiment of his guilt.
It's like a Tokyo
So, like,
Ghoul with like Hide.
Pretty much. But it's like with Garp, he didn't want to train anybody. But his embodiment of guilt convinced him to train Kobe and Helmeppo.
Speaking of training, I just watched Film Z again. Love it. One of the best One Piece movies out there, man. Love Film Z.
I think out of the movies I watched, it is the best.
Film Z and Film
Not
Red
one.
tied for number 1.
I like we just started talking about Film Red. I feel physically sick.
I could see you. You like almost threw up. That's so funny.
It's just they played with my emotions.
Should have called it Film Uta or something.
And again, the Uta stuff is fine. I don't mind the Uta stuff. I don't mind the whole kaiju fight and the end of it. I just think if you're gonna give us that entire array of bullshit, don't take away my joy at the end. Don't do that to me.
What they should have done to make Film Red better, cut out half the cast. Way too many characters. Cut out half the cast and then have Tot Musica actually fight back. The thing is, Tot Musica is like this world-ending threat. They're like, oh my god, like once Tot Musica is summoned, it's over. We're all dead. Yeah. And then Tot Musica is just like, for like 5 minutes while everybody lands their finishing blow on him. Like,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think Tot Musica did this.
I'm Tot Musica.
It did this once, and like 3 people got knocked back, and they're like, "Holy shit, it's strong!"
And they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
it was like, and they use Tot Musica it's like using Tot Musica to just like enhance all the characters around it, was like you had Future Side and you had
Just a foil.
basically a bunch of just random shit happening around Top Music.
And Top Music doesn't even react to anything, mind you. Like, no expression change. Just
they're just there. It's like, what the fuck?
oh my god.
I'm like, oh my god,
man.
It's like, Jesus, they bamboozled me, bro.
That was the only thing about the movie I just didn't like. Outside of that, great stuff. Good job, guys.
Outside of that is good.
Yeah.
Outside of that is fine. Nah, outside of that is
But it's not like Zephyr, though, where Zephyr, like, he makes sense as a canon character even, right? Like, oh yeah, somebody trained all the Marines.
Between Film Z. It's not even close between Film Z and Film Red. Not even close. And they got my guy in Film Red. But it's not even close.
Who's your guy? The Mosa guy?
Big Cat. And I still hate it.
Cat was teamed up with the red-haired pirates. Do you think that's foreshadowing?
Well, that's if Shanks wants a new vice captain.
I mean, Shanks offered Marco a spot in his crew. I could see Shanks saying, "Hey, Cat, like if you wanna join, man, like there's a spot for you. Just have a kid and abandon him, and you're one of us."
Knowing Oda's gonna keep Katakuri in the Big Mom Pirates, but Katakuri's not gonna be the captain.
He's not gonna be the captain. That's going to Perro Sparrow, and I think that's just because Cat doesn't care.
Yeah, it's gonna go to. Here's the thing, I think Oda's gonna do a joke. It's either gonna go to Perro Sparrow, or
Pudding.
It's going to Smoothie.
Ooh. If Smoothie becomes captain, I think that'd be such a nothing burger of a plot point. Like, if Smoothie becomes captain of the Big Mom Pirates, we might as well just ignore them for the rest of the story. Like, the way Oda treats Smoothie, like, she's like Bogard. Like, does she even exist?
That's why I think Oda's gonna make her the captain.
Her only attacks are in the anime. Like, she doesn't do anything in the manga, dude. Like, it's all non-canon.
That's when she wrung out the
giraffe.
The giraffe at the beginning and made drinks.
And it's like foreshadowing to Kaku being attacked by Stussy, and that's amazing. But like, she was literally just a foil to that foreshadowing point, and that's it. Like, she served no other purpose to the story.
I think Smoothie's the perfect example of a character that had to suffer for the Straw Hats to win.
Yeah, because if she were to come in, like, we wouldn't be able to like deal with another Sweet Commander.
No, but even then, how the hell did Brooke break into the building that she was guarding and locked her out?
It's because Pedro caused a distraction outside. But the craziest part is that you have this door that Smoothie can't get past, and it's like, oh, let me in, Brooke. And it's like, and I get it. They talk about how the door is like super reinforced. It's very powerful. And then here comes Big Mom, base form. Door's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a door. It's an inanimate object. Like, I'm sure Smoothie could have done something. Like, or at least like broke the wall around the door. Like, surely the wall isn't tougher than this reinforced door.
You can't bring out the moisture out the door?
Yeah, it still would. Like, there should be some
to make it more
brittle.
brittle?
Like, I don't know, dude.
I was like, all right, whatever.
And we know Smoothie can power herself, or, well, we know it's filler. Smoothie can power herself up by juicing other people. It's like she could have become Big Mom size and broken it. Yeah, it's whatever. Like I said, Smoothie is a nothing character. We do not care about Smoothie. I don't think Oda even knows she exists. It reminds me of that one thing where Oda's like, yeah, you know, every now and then, I forgot when he said this. He talked about like looking up character attack moves on the wiki.
Yeah, on the wiki. Yeah.
Oda uses the One Piece wiki to remember attack moves, which is hilarious because like he forgets about some of his people, man. It's like, yeah, I like to imagine he does that for Smoothie. Like, who was she? What'd she do?
To be fair, I recently went back, I think, to chapter 287. I think Skype.
Yeah.
And I randomly Googled when it aired or when it released. I think it was 2003.
Yeah, long ago.
Right? That's over 20 years ago. So pretty long story.
Very long story. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that just goes to show that Oda's just a regular dude like all of us.
Yeah, it's like after a certain point. And again, I've seen more people talk about it. With just different characters and how authors treat their characters. And like I get why Oda doesn't want to kill any of his characters, because they're so close to him. It's decades of just him being attached to these characters. But it was a conversations about how some authors, I think Togashi said that. Togashi confirmed it, where he has a plan for an arc.
Yeah.
But sometimes the characters and their actions and how he's written them, it deviates from the plan.
Yeah.
Where he's writing and he's like, I don't think this character would do this. So it changes what's going to happen.
I think Oda said that too. He said sometimes like he'll start writing and he says it would feel more natural for Luffy to say certain things and it just kind of takes over like the plot.
And right, and I see that happening more in Oda's answers when people ask him about characters. They're like, Oda, what do you think about this? He's like, well, I think what Smoothie would do is.
Yeah.
Where he's like, it's not what I would do, is what
and
this
that's not necessarily
character
bad. That's
would do.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad at all. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's pretty good. It's just I think sometimes Oda goes maybe for the gag a bit too much, like the gag side of the character, as opposed to like actually establishing the character and what they actually would do. Like not the funny gag part, but what would they do specifically. So it's just interesting that both authors have, I guess, similar mindset, more discovery writing with their characters, but it goes a completely different way. Now, a critique people have said before is that in Hunter x Hunter, it feels like too many characters are just too smart. It feels like all the characters are just thinking on like 5 head. Like it's just they're just all fucking incredible when it comes to smarts. I'm like, okay, I can see that, but I think I'd rather my characters be too smart than too dumb.
Yeah,
but you know, it's just different approaches to the story. And Togashi obviously has way more time.
Yeah, putting out like one chapter every like 5 years or something.
Yeah, but those chapters are dense. Though.
Oh, you're going to be reading it like 5 times to just understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah, once Hunter x Hunter gets announced to come back, I'm going to have to reread everything from the Dark Continent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like all of it.
Which, It's funny, a second ago, you mentioned Skypiea, and that brings us to the last main point I want to get to. So we talked about Brook and Usopp, you know, doing something during this battle. Brook playing music, Usopp coming in, wielding Ragnar, sending Imu home, or saving Luffy and Loki. But I think there is one more character that we should talk about. So far in Elbaph, I'd say that a lot of the Straw Hats, minor Straw Hats, have gotten really good moments. And there's one character that I think is missing in this conversation who hasn't really had like a big moment yet. And that's Nami. So aside from like the whole like lineage of Nami and all that stuff, I am wondering if Nami could join in on this Emu battle and land a blow. And you mentioned Skypiea, and the reason I bring that up is because I am often reminded of Oda and his enjoyment of drawing Nami with the
Goro Goro no Mi.
He's even talked about it before, about how if Nami had a devil fruit, it would be Enel's devil fruit. He's drawn a lot of things with Nami with like Enel's drums in the background attached to her back, lightning abilities. And right now, we saw that she was building Zeus up to help put out the fires. And that's cool and all, you know, whew, man, I'm worried about Elbaph in this fire situation. But is there a reality where Nami gets Zeus to a size so large that it could be like a recreation of Death Pia? Like Enel's giant thundercloud that, you know, destroyed the entire island, but maybe we use that on Emu, or maybe Loki uses it because he's a lightning dragon. Maybe Luffy grabs that and uses it too. Like, do you think Nami will come in and play a support role against Emu? I guess is the main question.
No.
No?
I think it's almost like how I wanted Frankie to play more part in Egghead. It's like, oh man, it's a perfect time, Frankie, for you to step up. This is Egghead, man. And then Oda kind of just waited till Elbaph. It's like, yeah, this this is where we do this. So Nami makes a lot of sense with her weather powers and Loki and Luffy and callback to Skypiea. But man, when we start thinking about the characters that we need more from, it's like Usopp.
Okay, you say that.
Brook stuff.
And the thing is, Oda's kind of been dishing it out equally, though. I mean, Frankie had something. Chopper is currently getting something as we speak. Jinbei had a really good moment, too, with the vagabond drill and, like, putting out the fires earlier. Like, all of these Straw Hats are getting, like, nice one-of moments. Like, you know, and then Robin got the whole Saul thing in the library, and she fought Sommers. Like, I think we're in store for some Nami buffs, man. What are you laughing about, man? Come on.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
Yo, we got Nami, Thunder God, Usopp, Brave Warrior of Elbaph, right? Robin, the great savior of the library, Frankie, the ancient weapon. And you're like, well, Jinbei, fireman. It's like, okay. Yeah, man, they've had great moments.
Was it not cool? Are you not entertained?
Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie. They should trade Jinbei.
Who would you trade Jinbei for? Would you actually trade Jinbei for another, like, character of his tier to join the Straw Hats? Like Cat, for example?
No.
Dude, if we bring Cat in here, you know he's going to be doing the exact same things as Jinbei. You know Cat's going to go in to fight Gunko and he's going to be, like, thrown off the ship or something. Whoever joins, they're going to get treated just like Jinbei. I think it's not just, like, a Jinbei exclusive thing. I just feel like whoever the next Nakama is, they're going to get sidelined like this all the time. Like, if Yamato were to join, Yamato's going to be like, oh my god, what is that? And then get, like, lost or something.
I think if we trade Jinbei for somebody, at least they got to be funny.
So Yamato.
No.
Yamato's kind of funny. You know, like, stuff aside, Yamato's pretty funny.
The conversation about... I think the conversation around Yamato is funny. But, who would be funny but fit on the crew with the utility? But they're not that strong, so if they're not utilized, it's not a detriment.
Bonnie would be nice, but Bonnie isn't funny. They're more so just, like, adorable.
Yeah, Bonnie's not funny.
It's having Bonnie in the crew would be like having a cat on the crew. Like how she was on top of Frankie's head.
Pretty
just
much.
gave off the same vibe.
I think let's trade Jinbei for Vanderdecken.
Oh wait, no, we could trade Jinbei for Smoothie. And then it would make sense, like imagine that. We would just be in shock and awe at all the ways Oda can sideline Smoothie, and it just wouldn't make any sense. Like, oh, everybody's fighting, and then like, here's Smoothie just standing around doing nothing.
It'd be funny, right? They're divvying up tasks, and like, Smoothie, go put out the fire. She's like, what the fuck? What?
No.
It's like they keep putting in the worst situations where it's like, what? I can't put out fires. Ooh. Like, I need to absorb something.
It would be a really good gag if Smoothie joined the crew. And what happens is that we see Smoothie at the beginning of the arc, where we're like all arriving in Elbaph. Smoothie's like, oh my god. Smoothie gets like the Elbaph clothing, and then we do not see her until the end of the arc when they're leaving. And then Smoothie's like, man, that was crazy. Like, we just skipped everything. No, that would be such a great gag character.
And everybody's looking around like, where? Smoothie, where were you? Or like, so or they agree with it. Like, yeah, Smoothie, you did so amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That sounds like a one of those things where it's like, yeah, like this character doesn't really exist. Like that would definitely bring up that debate in a real light, where it's like, does Smoothie even is she like there? Is she physical?
At least like if you trade Jinbei, or you trade Jinbei to the Kid Pirates, or maybe a 3-way trade or something. Then you have a legitimate reason in which they survive.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think the Kid Pirates have a fishman? We just don't know about it? Because I feel like that's like the easiest way to say the Kid Pirates survived.
Yes.
They have a hidden fishman?
Yes. A hidden fishman. That probably didn't know he was a fishman.
I'm looking at his crew right now. There is one character with very sharp teeth, which, you know, sharp teeth can mean something, could mean nothing. His name Ooh. Oh, there's so a fishman.
What's his name?
It is a girl. I thought it was a boy. It's a girl named Dive. Like diving in water?
Well, there you have it.
You guys heard it here first.
We're going to go out on a limb and say Dive is a fishman.
Dive is a fisherman, and Dive saved all the kid pirates from drowning. And they're still off the coast of Elbaph, and they're going to join in on this fight. Just like how Brago thinks that Nami is going to get a really good moment here, Kid might also get a really good moment too. Stay tuned for Brago's next video.
They're just drying off.
Where he just... where he talks about all these theories.
They're just drying off. Once Kid gets his makeup, oh my god, it's over.
Hey, maybe we'll finally see, Killer without the mask again. That'd be fun.
And see his 3 eyes.
Do you still believe in that theory?
Yeah, why
yeah,
not?
Me too. Yeah, why not? He kind of needs
like,
it, you know?
I mean,
He
here's
needs
the
something,
thing.
dude.
Do we think that the Kid Pirates are legitimately going to make it to the point that they have to read apocryphs?
If Kid turns out to be a hidden D-Clan member, yeah. I know, people don't like it, but it's like, we've seen the hidden name thing with Law before. Like, if Kid is like, oh, I'm actually Eustace D Kid, it's like, sure. Why not, dude?
Man, what if all the Supernova had D's?
Capone D Beige. Basil D Hawkins.
All the Supernova. Every single one. Ezo, too.
Easy Doe? Easy Doe, wow.
But that's not his full name. He shortened it. He used to go as Ezo, aka Easy Does It.
Oh, that'll be good too. Have you seen the Afro Man Trials?
No, what's that?
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. Afro Man, old rapper. I didn't know he was still around, but apparently there's like a big lawsuit where the police went into his house. They broke in because they thought he was like, kidnapping people, holding them against their will. They thought he had like a lot of drugs in his house. So they kicked down his door. They flipped off his camera. They ate his lemon honey pie. And it was just super silly. So what Afro Man did was that he ended up making like multiple albums about all of the officers who did it. And the thing is, apparently he just wanted an apology. He's like, hey, you'll be fine. Just apologize and we're good. But none of them would apologize. So he just made like music video after music video making fun of him. And then they ended up suing him.
I did see like,
and he won.
I did see the video. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. It's so funny because like he showed up to court like in an all-American flag suit and glasses and everything, and they had to like play all of his music videos in court. And there was like, you gotta just see it, man. I saw
those videos. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I didn't even look too deep. I'm like, oh, this must be just some
we gotta talk about it on Bryce Sago. It is quite the spectacle.
Say less.
With that being said though, guys, let us know your thoughts on Emu versus everybody down below. What are you expecting next chapter? Everything you heard from me and Brago here, honestly, I just say forget about it. Last chapter, me and Brago talked for about 30 minutes about how Sanji versus Killingham would be the best thing since sliced bread, how Sanji might get Conqueror's Haki, and then it was just off screen. So, honestly, everything you heard here today, just disregard it. Peace out.